Isang mapagpalang umaga po, Ma'am Mandaya. Ako nga po pala si Mel Antoinette Dihangkan at kasama ko po si Sunny Priulo. Kami po ang tagapagtalakay sa araw na ito. Ang paksang tatalakayin namin ay tungkol sa ownership and organization. So ano nga ba ang ownership and organization? So ang ownership and organization, ito ay tungkol sa kung paano binubuo at pinapaktakbo ang isang negosyo. So mahalaga ito dahil dito nakabase kung sino ang may-ari, sino ang namamahala, at paano kumikita ang negosyo. So sa pagpili ng legal form of organization, things to consider in selecting the best legal form of organization, narito ang ownership, management, financing, incentives, and taxation. So ano-ano ba ang mga ito? So yan ay aalamin natin. So ang ownership, sino ang may-ari at may kontrol ng negosyo o pagmamay-ari. Management naman, ito yung sino ang gumagawa ng desisyon at namamahala. Kapag sinabi nating financing, saan nanggaling ang puhunan ng negosyo. At kapag incentives naman, ito yung mga benepisyo o rewards na nakukuha sa negosyo. At taxation naman, ito yung paraan at laki ng buwis na binabayaran ng negosyo. So, kapag nagtayo tayo ng negosyo, so nagbabayad talaga tayo ng buwis. So, sa umagang ito ay pag-uusapan din natin yung mga halimbawa ng ownership. So, isa na dito ang sole proprietorship. So, ano nga ba ang sole proprietorship? So, the sole proprietorship is a single proprietorship is a form of business organization initiated, organized, owned, or capitalized and managed by a single person. So, ibig sabihin, ito ay isang uri ng negosyo na pag-aari at pinamamahalaan ng isang tao lamang. Managed by a single person. So halimbawa ng sole proprietorship is sari-sari store. So, isa lang ang nagmamay-ari ng negosyo. So, siya mismo yung nagkontrol at siya rin mismo yung tumatanggap sa lahat ng kita at responsibilidad. Ngayon naman ay pag-uusapan rin natin kung unsa ang iyang mga disadvantages o iyang mga advantages. So first, atong unahon kung ano nga ba ang mga advantages ng sole proprietorship. So first is easily created and terminated. So, ibig sabihin, madali siyang simulan at madali rin siyang isara. Dayon, direct undiluted action. So, ibig sabihin, dali ra kay siya itukod nga negosyo, dali ra kaayo ang pagdesisyon. And next is all rewards to owners. So, lahat ng kita ay naadjud sa tag-iya, nasa may-ari. Kapag sinabi rin nating flexibility, so flexible ang negosyo. Flexible rin ang kanyang operasyon. At kapag sinabi rin nating minimum regulation and taxation, kaunti lang ang regulasyon at buwis. So gamay ra kaayo ang imong ibayad nga tax, dili parehas ng mga dagko nga negosyo. So, now, we will tackle naman about the disadvantages. No? Disadvantages of sole proprietorship. So, first is unlimited liability. So, ano nga ba ang unlimited liability, no? So, ibig sabihin, personal na ari-arian ay pwedeng madamay sa utang. Then, next is capital limitation. So, unsa man ni siya? So, capital limitation, ito yung kanang limitado lang puhunan. Dayon sunod is perils of individual. So, unsa man ni siya? Kapag may nangyari sa may-ari or apektado ang negosyo. Kapag sinabi naman nating limited skills and capabilities of sole owner, iisang tao lang ang gumagawa sa lahat. So, gaya nga ng sinabi ko kanina na ang sole proprietorship is managed by a single person. So, kumbaga, ikaw mismo yung nagko-control sa negosyo, ikaw mismo yung mag-organize sa mismong negosyo. So, mauna siya ang sole proprietorship. Ngayon naman ay pag-uusapan rin natin ang partnership. So, partnership is an association of two or more business partners who co-own a business for purpose of making a profit. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung kasyusyo sa negosyo. So, halimbawa, ako at saka yung pinsan ko ay gusto naming magtayo ng isang coffee shop. So, kaming dalawa mismo ang may ambag sa negosyo. So, halimbawa, nag-aambagan kami sa pera, sa skills, at saka sa ari-arian. So, kapag may kita yung negosyo namin, so kaming dalawa mismo yung naghahati. At kapag lugi naman, so kami rin dalawa yung maghahati rin sa lugi. So, kumbaga, ang partnership is dalawang tao ang nagmamay-ari sa isang negosyo. Ngayon naman ay ang general partner. A general partner is one who share ownership and management of the business and is liable to extent of his separate property after all the assets of the partnerships are exhausted. So, ang general partner mismo ay aktibong kasali sa pamamahala o pagtakbo ng negosyo at meron ring full liability sa lahat ng obligasyon ng partnership. So, kapag yung negosyo ay nalugi or may utang, so ang general partner ay may full liability or siya yung may obligasyon na bayaran yung utang o yung obligasyon na yon. So, maaaring madama yung kanyang personal o sariling ari-arian para lang mabayaran yung utang at yung obligasyon sa negosyo. At next naman ay ang limited partner. So, ano nga ba ang limited partner? They refer to partners with limited financial liability and they do not take active role in the management of the firm. A limited partner is who one liable only to extent of his capital contribution. So, ibig sabihin, ang limited partner ay limitado lamang ang kanyang pananagutan. So, kadalasan, limitado rin sa pera na kanilang na-invest. At hindi rin sila aktibo sa pagtakbo ng negosyo. And then, silent partners. Silent partners refers to partners who do not take active participation in the operation of the business, but they are generally known to be partners of business. So, kilala rin sila bilang sleeping partners. Sila yung nag-e-invest lang ng pera, pero hindi sila nakikialam sa operasyon ng negosyo. So, yun ang silent partners. At next ay dominant partners. So, they are neither active in the partnership nor they are generally known to be associated with the business. So, sila ang partner na may malakas na impluwensya sa desisyon at pamamahala kahit hindi sila ang may pinakamalaking puhunan sa negosyo. Next ay ang capitalist partner. This is the type of partner who contributes money or property to the common fund of the partnership. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung partner, sila yung nag-contribute or nagbibigay ng kapital o puhunan sa negosyo, but hindi sila palaging nakikialam sa operation. Next ay ang managing partners. So, this is the partner who is designated to manage the operation of the business of the partnership. So sila yung may aktibong papel na nag-manage sa negosyo. So sila yung may aktibong papel sa pang-araw-araw na pamamahala ng negosyo at kadalasan may authority sa ibang partners sa mga desisyon. So yan ang managing partner. Next ay ang industrial partner. This is the partner who contributes his knowledge or personal services to the partnership. So sila yung may ambag na serbisyo o trabaho. So hindi lang sa pera, kundi they contributes of their knowledge or personal services. So halimbawa, magaling sila or mahusay sila sa accounting, sa marketing, at sa production. So yun ang industrial partner. Next ay ang secret partner. So from the word secret. So sila yung partner na may interest at responsibilidad pero hindi alam ng publiko o ng ibang tao na sila ay kasyusyo sa negosyo or sila ay isa sa mga partner ng negosyo. So yun yung secret partner. Next naman ay nominal partner or partner by estoppel. So ano nga ba ito, no? This is partner who is actually not a partner but is held out or represented a partner. So ito yung partner na pinapayagang gamitin ang pangalan sa negosyo pero walang tunay na partisipasyon sa kita o pamamahala.
Good morning everyone. By the way, my name is Samuel C. Priolo and the topic I am going to discuss this morning is all about the continuation of the discussion of Miss Mel Antoinette Hangkan about the ownership and organization. So this time, I am going to discuss the part of the partnership and the first one is the liquidating partner. Liquidating partner is a partner who is designated to win up or settle the affairs of the partnership after dissolution. So when we say about liquidating partner, so siya ang mag-liquidate sa tanang mga assets as well as the bills and debts sa usa ka negosyo. So, nibutang diri is she is the one to settle the affairs of the partnership after the dissolution. So siya ay nagabayad sa tanang mga kinahanglan sa usa ka business. So there are advantages of a liquidating partner. The first one is pooling of resources. So when we say about pooling of resources, that all partners are combine their assets as well as their money to start the business para mas mapaliko pa ang ilahang negosyo. And the second one is ability to obtain capital. So when we say about ability to obtain capital, so usa ka partner is pwede siya or naa siya katungod nga mo gamit sa funds sa usa kanya ka partnership. So mao nay naka-advantages sa liquidating partner. So there are also disadvantages of the liquidating partner. The first one is unlimited liability. So when we say about unlimited liability, if ang isa ka partner is naiutang during sa liquidation process, is pwede niya magamit ang personal asset niya during sa liquidation. Mauni siya ang nausa sa mga disadvantages sa liquidating partner. And the second one is tenuous existence. Dependence on the management. On liquidation, is ang usa ka partner is if naa siya kinahanglan ka ang kwarta, is dapat mag-agi siya sa mga legal process or mo follow siya sa mga agreement and as well as sa mga legal nga proseso sa usa ka partnership. And the next is the problems and share liquidations. So in sharing the liquidations, sa pag-provide is nila sa ilang mga assets or sa provide nila sa ilang mga kwarta is naadya po siya mga nakakuha nga problema. So sali siya sa mga disadvantages sa liquidating partner. Next one is all about the corporation. So when we say about corporation, is in the artificial being, invisible, and of course intangible, and exists only in the contemplation of law, which is its owners are the stockholders who consider their interest in the corporation without affecting the continuity. So there are advantages of the corporations. First one is limited liability and stockholders. So when we say about limited liability, from the word limited, so limit ra ang accountable sa maong stockholders. And the next one is ability to attract larger amount of capital. When we say about ability to attract larger amount of capital is muna siya advantages sa corporations kay pwede man siya pwede siyang makashare o mga assets as well as mga halin sa usa ka partnership sa corporation. And next one is ability to have perpetual health. So when we say about ability to have perpetual health, maskin wala na ang usa ka negosyo or wala na ang usa ka negosyo pero naagi hapon nagmalayon gihapon ang usa ka corporations. One is ease of transfer of ownership and a larger pools of skills, talents, and knowledge, which is corporations can hire many experts. And last is potential for economies of scale or corporations. Economies of scale operations is muna siya ang the bigger the business, the cheaper per unit. So, the bigger the business, the cheaper per unit. Muna siya ang usa ka naka-advantages sa corporation. And next is the disadvantages of the corporation. Next is the disadvantages of the corporation. The first one is the cost and time involved in corporation process. So, muna siya ang naka-disadvantages sa corporation kay ngano. Daghan kay siya kagian nga mga proseso. Daghan kay siya mga legal forms nga kinahanglan mong fill upan ay sa pa ka makakuha og mga registration number or registration permit. Later on, I will discuss the general requirements para sa pagkuha sa registering a corporation. And the second one is subject to corporate tax. So, subject to corporate tax, for example, ani is kanang magbahin na sila sa maong assets, which is ang company, ang corporation is nagabayad siya og mga tax sa ilaha as whole. Tas makuha na nila ang ilahang mga assets is nagabayad gihapon sila og mga personal taxes. So mao ni siya ang gitawag nato nga double taxation. Mao ni ang usa sa mga disadvantage sa corporation. And the next one is potential for diminished managerial incentives. Next one is a legal restriction and regulatory red tape and the potential loss of control by founders. And the next is the cooperative. Under the Republic Act 6938, otherwise known as the Cooperative Code of the Philippines, defined as the cooperative as a duly registered association of a person with a common band of interests who have voluntarily joined together to achieve the lawful common social or economic and making equitable contributions to the capital required. So, cooperative is which is ang mga tao is pwede siyang mo-join. Wala siya gina-force or which is voluntary lang ilang pag-join sa maong cooperative. So, there are principles of cooperative. Open and voluntary membership. So, sa ginagingon pa na ako ganina, ang cooperative is open siya and voluntary membership, which is open siya sa all and voluntary ang pag-apil sa usa ka tawo sa maong cooperative. Wala siya gipugos or gistoryahan ba. And the next one is democratic control. So when we say about democratic, so naa siya freedom. Freedom affairs of the organization are administered by the person elected or appointed in accordance with the approved constitutions and bylaws. And of course, the limited interest on the capital, which is share capital receives strictly limited rate of interest. And the last, and division on the net surplus and the cooperative education, so which is all cooperatives are mandated to make provision for the education for its members, officers, employees, and of the general public based on the principles of the cooperative. So there are general requirements and procedures for registration. Example is registering and single proprietorship. So the first step is you need to register your business to the DTI or Department of Trade and Industry under the Bureau of Domestic Trade. And if gusto po ka mag-register sa usa ka partnership is you need to prepare the partnership agreement. Then, file the partnership agreement with the SFC and pag humani mo ana is magbayad ka og filing fee. And of course, the evaluation of the application by the lawyer and of course, the staff of corporate and the legal department. At least, mahumani mo siya og process tanan is magpaabot na lang ka og release approval registration within 15 to 30 days. and registering a corporation. In registering a corporation is you need to prepare the articles of incorporations by law and as well as the bank certificates. And the second one is you need to file articles for incorporation and bylaws with the SEC. And of course, if mo man kag-file og mga articles is you need to pay the registration fee. Kaya once ma-register ka sa kanegosyo under the corporation is na jud kayo need bayaran nga registration fee. And then next is the evaluation of application by lawyer and staff of corporate and legal department, as well as the registering the partnership. Same ra sila og strategy sa registering sa Saka Corporation. And the last one is magpaabot gihapon kag within 15 to 30 days ay sa nimo makuha ang approved nga registration. And the next one is registering a cooperative. In registering a cooperative, you need a four copies of the economic survey with a general statement describing briefly the structure, the purpose of the building, the economic feasibility and operation, size of membership, and other pertinent data. And the next one is you need to file 4 copies of articles of incorporation together with a bond of accountable officers. And then 4 copies of bylaws. And the last one is you need to pay the registration fee as prescribed by the CBA. And the last is the dealing with government units. So, in magkuhan ka sa kanegosyo, di ba, nagitay kinahanglang mga permit, need na tam ko permit, kaya if dili, pwede tang makasuhan or masirado ang itong isa ka negosyo. And the first step in dealing with the local governments, if magtukot sa ka business, is you need a mayor's permit. And followed by, as well as the building permit, kay ilang ng subayon ang mong building if sakto ba siya o pagkahimo ang mga structured niya sa kada pilid, and well as the sanitary permit, SEGAR and LECOR permit, NBI clearance, and as well as the last one is the barangay clearance. This is the general requirements for the local government units nga matapot ni siya dito sa imuhang business or sa usa ka negosyo, which is sa inyong household sa negosyo. Example, para mayor's permit, dito mo na siya ginatap-tap sa usa ka kilid or sa dingding sa usa ka business. Para makita sa mga kwan if ang maong negosyo is naka-registered ba siya sa mga local government units. And that's would be all. Thank you.